Hip Hop World Cup. Come on, y'all. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. Hip Hop World Cup. Come on, y'all. I know big jazz, kid, you know I bring it to your live. Hip Hop World Cup. Come on, y'all. Bringing the ruckus, no doubt. Hip Hop World Cup. Record shot. To the hip, the hop, you don't stop.
Hello and welcome to Hip Hop World Cup Shootout, the podcast that pits golden age rappers and producers against each other to find the ultimate champions. I'm your host, Danny Phillips, and as usual, I'm joined by the man who thought The Roots was a garden centre, James Luscombe.
Hello.
And the man who thought Spice One was an Indian restaurant, Steve Hitchcock. How are you, chaps?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good, thanks, yeah.
We're coming to you live from the brand new Hill Dickinson Stadium, home of Premier League team Everton FC, where we're about to bear witness to what could be the greatest shootout in podcasting history. As we dive into the back catalogue of the one and only DJ Premier. Just to make it clear, we're only talking about his productions for other people, but not Gang Starr tracks. FIFA has mandated that we run a full Gang Starr solo shootout later in the series, so keep an eye out for that. So, Steve, Preemo is one of our favourite producers here on this podcast. Tell us why. Tell us why we hold him in such high esteem.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think in my preparation for this podcast, I was thinking about this, and I think it has only been through doing this podcast that I have appreciated him as much as I do now. I definitely wouldn't have considered him one of the best producers in hip hop, although I'd have,
What?
Well, I would not.
What?
Not kind of like specifically when you kind of like,
Well, that's bang out of order.
He's like my favourite, but doing this podcast, you just realise how much he pops up in like nearly every year that we go into him with so many different artists, and he's produced for like the biggest artists like your Nas's and your Jay-Z's, who are like the giants of hip hop. But he's also produced for like loads of people in the underground, and some people have probably never heard of them. He's even produced for some mainstream artists, and he's still producing to this day. Like last year, I think he produced on like a couple of albums. So his reach is just phenomenal.
I think he's so influential as well. Like there are so many. It's almost as if the whole like boom-bap kind of subgenre is kind of based on what he does. I don't know if he was the first to do that, probably not, but he certainly exemplifies it, doesn't he?
I would say he is boom-bap.
He is boom-bap.
In my opinion, yeah, definitely.
He's the epitome of it. He's like, he didn't invent it, because obviously it was around, before him, but he certainly took it to the next level.
Yeah.
I think he's unique as well. His style is so unique. A Preemo track as soon as it comes in.
Yeah, he's sort of unbiteable, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because you would just be ripping him off if you did exactly what he does.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think his production is quite formulaic. Like boom bap is quite predictable in the way that you kind of hear it, and his formula is very simple, isn't it? It's like amazing drums. He picks his samples really well. He has to have like a horn or a piano sample in there that's chopped up brilliantly, and then some scratches. But having said that, when you hear other people do it, it just doesn't sound the same. No. I don't know how he does it.
Exactly, that's what I mean. It's like you know it instantly. You know when somebody's trying to copy him because they fail.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, it's like his style isn't that complicated.
No.
It's his choice of samples, it's the programming, and it's the way he gets his kind of bounce.
Yeah.
The way he does his boom bap.
Yeah.
There's something so unique about it.
I've got a theory. I reckon he's got like a broken, like his SP 1200. He's got like there's a secret setting in there that only he has access to that makes his drums swing just in such a particular way. Like it's a faulty unit, but
it's a cheat code. Like he was given like Akai gave him a special. They developed it with them or something maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but it's like on paper, it is such an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Like you fire up Ableton these days, and you kind of put your little kind of MPC swing on it and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't quite do it the same way that he does it.
You two know loads more about this than I do, but when I listen to him talk about it, it's because he programs it himself and plays the buttons himself.
Yeah.
But there's something in his ear or his rhythm
but
that makes it
that is how most kind of hip hop producers do it.
Yeah,
but he's just got
how does he do it so well?
I don't know.
It's at that bounce, the way the hats sit, the way and his selection of snares is always spot on as well.
Yeah,
Like
just his drums generally,
drums
like the drums that he chooses, and it's the way it's the way he kind of processes them, like either like the EQ or the compression or something. There's just something so technically brilliant about how he does it. I'd love to know sort of how intentional that is, or whether it's just a matter of just randomly sort of tweaking until he gets it just right, or whether he just knows exactly.
It's like a lot of the producers, it's all about EQ, it's all about, filtering and all that sort of stuff, and he just gets it spot on. But for me, it's the thing that characterises him most is his sample choice. Sample choices. He finds these super obscure samples that you wouldn't necessarily hear them and go, I could flip that into a hip hop track. But somehow he takes them and they're always quite kind of quirky, cinematic. They're always jazzy, but some of them are just weird. Sound effects. It's certainly in the kind of the 94 to 96 period. He was very keen on using sound effects, bells and weird little sound effects.
Little bubbles and stuff.
Which, and for me, like I was just talking about the 94 to 96, for me that's peak Premier. I know, like, as he was coming up, 92, 93, Gang Starr and all that sort of stuff, but then 94, New York State of Mind onwards, just that's peak Premier for me. That's where he really found that groove, that really found that kind of sweet spot of his production style.
Well, he says himself, didn't he? I think he had to get really good at chopping samples up because he was like basically like taken to pieces in his early career because he was just sampling stuff and it was just, just put a sample in, so we had to chop things up to make it really kind of indistinguishable to some of the original stuff. But the way he chops it is just next level again. It's just some sort of
it's just voodoo, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's a genius. I think I said it before about him, but like he's the kind of person who he's on that level of like he's like a Miles Davis or somebody like that. Like he's like the kind of like the Miles Davis of chopping samples up and just. The way his scratching is just so incredible as well. Like
it's incredible.
He's the absolute best at that. Just finding little vocal snatches and like just cutting up these little phrases. Like he's an absolute genius.
You know a Preemo chorus when you hear one, don't you? It's just.
He has like an encyclopedic knowledge, I think, of hip hop, and he just must remember so many lyrics and just think, I've just remembered that. It sounds really great. I'm going to come back to that at some point. That's going to be one of my choruses.
I don't know if he must have sort of spoken about this before, but I've just got a kind of feeling that all of his productions start off with like a little vocal with a word or a phrase and everything's built around that. Like I know that with the Gang Starr stuff, the way that they made albums was that they came up with the song titles first and then made the music around that, which is so crazy. And I just can't help but feel that something like Invasion, he just had that little Invasion thing. It's like, you can build a track around that.
Yeah. He just knows where they are. Like in most of the stuff he produced around this time, he knows the phrase. He knows where to find it. And that's all the hook usually is. It's just him scratching somebody saying that phrase. It's so clever. So clever. What you were saying a minute ago, actually, Steve, about how often he comes up in our episodes when we, we do the years. I actually went through. I did the research. I did the work on your behalf. We've actually.
No way.
These are the cup tied.
These are the cup tied ones. He's been featured 19 times. 19 of his tracks are already covered. These are the cup tied ones we couldn't select from this episode. I will read them. I know it makes for great podcasting. So we've had Kick in the Door, we've had 10 Correct Commandments, The Best Part from J Live, Devils, The Frustrated N, I Gave You Power, BYS, which is one of the Gang Starr tracks, and Mass Appeal we've had from Gang Starr, Come Clean, Just to Get a Rep, 1-2 Pass It, Superstar, Next Level, The Sixth Sense, It's Been a Long Time, When I Be on the Mic, Come Get Me, MCs Act Like They Don't Know, and finally Outta Here.
I mean, just like who's got a better?
And those are the ones. I know that's a great back catalogue, and those are the ones we can't choose from. So we've managed to find 10 more absolute bangers. Just it's testament to how good he is that we're ruling all of those out, and we've still found 10 more.
He is hip hop, isn't he? He just sounds like hip hop. All of those tracks just read out are just perfect hip hop.
I love hearing him speak about it as well. Like he does like these little YouTube kind of videos of him talking about how he sort of made these tracks, and he's so enthusiastic about it. He just seems like such a cool kind of guy.
Before we get this shootout underway, and it's going to be a good one, I can already tell, here's a quick run through of the rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the damn hot World Cup. Rules to the shit. Damn hot World Cup. Rules to the shit. There's rules to this game, so let me tell you how we do it. It's the damn hot World Cup. Rules to the shit. Only the strong survive. It's the damn hot
In our Shootout solo episodes, we pick 10 songs from a hip-hop producer or rapper and draw them against each other to find an overall winner. Those 10 tracks include 3 personal picks from each host, while the 10th track is decided between us. The tracks can be from any era, as long as the artist or producer came to prominence in the 1990s, but they can't be songs we've already discussed in our Dream Team or Playoff episodes. Essentially, those tracks have been cup-tied. During the shootout, we pick the tracks at random to face each other, discuss them, and decide which is the winner using the 3-man vote. At the end, we'll rank the 5 winning tracks using our TruSkore ratings to find the overall champion. So let the shootout commence. Full disclosure, someone forgot to pay the bribe, the fee to FIFA to use their VAR technology, so we've had to procure the services of ex-Premier League referee and star of BBC's Gladiators, Mark Clattenburg, to stand in the corner and oversee the show, all cash in hand, of course. All set, Mark?
Contenders ready!
We certainly are. Great stuff. Thanks, Mark, for being here at such short notice. So without further ado, let's crack on with the shootout. We have 10 DJ Premier tracks, which are as follows. Crooklyn Dodgers 95, Return of the Crooklyn Dodgers. KRS-One, Rappers Are in Danger. Jeru the Damages Invasion and Jeru the Damages Mental Stamina. Prime by Prime. ASAP Ferg, Our Streets. The Notorious B.I.G., Unbelievable. Nas, New York State of Mind. Group Home's Living Proof and My World by OC. What a stellar lineup. This is going to be absolutely epic. Also, I will just say at this point, I have a quiz for you.
Yep.
5 different categories.
Wow.
I'll introduce them as we go along. You've got 5 categories to choose from, so a bit of fun and games. Look out for that. Right, should we get cracking with the shootout then? Steve, give me a number between 1 and 5.
Oh, 5, please.
5 is Prime by Prime. And Larry, give me a number between 6 and 10.
6.
6 is ASAP Ferg, Our Streets. These were your 2 choices, Larry.
Okay.
You've got your own little battle. Let's have a listen to them.
They see these cars, then they want to be reality TV stars. Just another day in my reformed life, my unreformed mic. I still write like it's my son was born night. I'm tired of cheating on my wife. Man, these bitches just ain't right. Can't even kiss them in their mouths. Too many dicks been in their diet. Me and Chris, we
Mama that new house, diamonds and mean pearls. Don't went to Africa, talk to the have-nots. Donated some uniforms, teach them how to have guap. Preemo put the soul in it, I make the track hot. And this thing forever got the game in the padlock. I just want something real, I'm tired of the ass shots.
So that's Prime versus ASAP Ferg, Our Streets. Larry, these are both your choices, so it would be remiss of me not to let you go first on this one.
Yep.
Let's talk us through why you chuck these in the mix.
So let's start with Prime. So this is a project that Premier did with the rapper Royce da 5'9" back in 2014, I think. And I chose it just because it's an example of something that doesn't kind of fit the usual Premier mould. Like quite often it's quite, as we've spoken about, formulaic, kind of heavy boom-bap type of thing. And this one, I would say kind of isn't, you wouldn't necessarily identify that it was a Premier beat if you didn't know that it was. I think the idea behind the album is that it samples exclusively from the catalogue of Adrian Young, who's sort of, I don't know much about him, but he's like a kind of, he sort of makes like modern retro soul kind of stuff, like the kind of thing that you might expect to like sort of Isaac Hayesian kind of blaxploitation soundtrack kind of music. He does a lot of that kind of thing.
I think he did something with Ali Shaheed Muhammad as well.
Yeah. In fact, I think the album that this one is sampled from is one with Ali Shaheed Muhammad. Yeah. But it's just one of those samples that I really like. It's got that sort of mysterious, sinister kind of quality to it. The drums are just really nice. I love that kind of crashing sort of sound that they've got on it. I don't know. It's just, I just like it. I don't know much about Royce da 5'9" really. Like the obvious track that he did with Premier is, I think it's called, is it called Boom? Did a track called Boom, like with him, which is like a classic sort of Premier beat. But I actually wanted to choose a different track from this album called You Lose, but it's not like a real track. It's only like a minute and a half long. and it's got
eligible.
It's eligible. It's got like one short verse, and then Premier does like a little sort of talking verse, and then like a little scratching outro, and it's really good. It just didn't feel like it really fit the bill, but I don't know. I like the rapping on it. I'm not a sort of, I don't, as I say, I've never really sort of bothered to delve into Royce's catalogue, but I like this. I think he's a good sort of storyteller and stuff. Yeah, and I just thought it was a bit of a different kind of track to have on there. I just
good
like
research, right? This was a good one to get involved. But I think even like you said, it slows it down, but I think it still manages to get your head nodding.
Yeah,
like Premier
it's
still
has a slow head
even
nodder.
though it slows it down, you get your head nodding. And it's I think it still has the other elements of having some like really good chopped up bits, and the scratching and the sampling is really good. So.
Yeah, I think that maybe the scratching's like the only kind of identifiable thing that's Premier-ish. The rest of it just doesn't really sound like his stuff. But I just think it's a really good track in its own right, really.
How did you know about this one before Larry chose it?
Yeah,
or you're aware of the project. And
yeah. I did listen to Sam. It's not one that's been on constant rotation, but when you picked it, I was like, yeah, nice choice, Larry. Yeah. Just shows the depth of Larry's knowledge and it's good.
Did you have it at the time when it came out?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was definitely kind of. It was one of those I was sort of excited about when I knew it was coming out. So I think it was like the first album that Premier had sort of produced for a while. And it's not great. It's got its moments, but this is definitely one of the standouts.
No.
Did you like it, Danny?
I think it's a half decent track, but like there's two things I say, like it pales in comparison to everything else we've got on this list for me, for my taste. Yeah. And also its worst crime is that it sounds like it could have been produced by anyone. It doesn't sound to me like it was produced by Premier. And I know he's evolved and changed since the kind of golden era that I'm more kind of familiar with, but it just didn't sound like a Premier production, apart from, as you said, some of the scratches. So that was the problem I had most with it. But taking that away from it, I do think it's a half decent track. But it's just a bit sort of dull compared to what we know Premier's capable of. Yeah. And again, Royce the 5'9" is quite clearly a very competent rapper, but his delivery and some of the things he does on this particular track annoyed me a little bit.
He is a bit. I know exactly the kind of bits that you're talking about. Yeah.
When he does that kind of double time bit. Yeah. I didn't quite get on with that very well, but I endorse it being included in this because it gives us a broader selection of what Premier.
That was kind of it, really. I just wanted to expand the palette a little bit.
Absolutely,
because everything else is typical Premier.
Yeah. No, I totally respect that. So let's move on to your other one, which I preferred quite a lot. I actually quite really like this one.
Yeah.
ASAP Ferg, R Street. So what was your first introduction to this one then?
I just sort of know a little bit about ASAP, like ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg. Like to me, they're like new rappers. Yeah. I think they came out in about like 2010 or something. But to me, this is like new school.
Is there some significance of that ASAP? Was it like a?
Is what? Sorry.
ASAP, like. What is that?
It's with a dollar sign in it as well.
With a dollar sign in it.
It's a posse. It's like always survive and prosper or something like that. Or always strive and prosper, something like that. But they're like a Harlem crew. There's like ASAP Rocky. Yeah. Is like the famous one. I think he's like married to Rihanna.
Yeah, I've heard of ASAP Rocky.
And then ASAP Ferg is probably the next biggest one, and the various other ones I don't sort of really know of. But yeah, they're like a big sort of New York crew, and I don't like all of their stuff, but I quite like a few of like Rocky and Ferg's raps. So I think I just sort of came across this one on one of my I'll check out some more Ferg kind of stuff, and this one happened to be on there. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of choose something that was a little bit more recent, but I also think it's like a classic sounding Premier. It's got all the kind of ingredients of a good Premier.
This is a lot more Preemo-esque, isn't it?
But quite funky though.
Yeah,
a bit more maybe funky than you get normally, because he's normally a bit harder than that.
I think it's like one of my kind of observations. It's almost like a disco-y kind of sample that they're using on it. I think it's like a mix of like two tracks by the same artist.
I'd never heard of this track before you suggested it.
No.
So this was like I do quite like ASAP Rocky. There's some stuff because he's a bit like harder and more underground.
named after
And
the
his
king.
and his brother ASAP Ferg. How did you heard of him?
I'd heard of him, but not really kind of like got into him or know anything about them really. But I love this track. This is going to be on my my
It's a good one, I
playlist
think.
for a while now.
I'd say the one thing about it, and this is in common with Premier's more recent stuff, like the album he did with Nas recently, it's still good, it's still Premier, but his drums don't like knock as hard as they used to.
Right.
Like there's something about his sample selection for drums. They've just had the sort of rough edges like sanded off them a little bit. They're not as like the kicks aren't as deep and as attacky, and the snares the same, just they're not kind of as raw.
He probably got into
snappy.
using different doors and stuff, software and things like that. Started using different kit, maybe, and just took the edge off some of it. You didn't get that same sound.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that equipment's got its own character, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And he's probably, trying to expand his palette, because you can't just use,
No.
impeach the president like a million times in a row or
No,
whatever.
Got to move with the times. So, you're a fan of this one then, Steve? Just in general, you like it? It's been added to your playlist. For me, I think this is much more like it than the Prime track. This is much more Preemo for me.
Yeah.
It's got that bounce. It sounds more like a Preemo production. And I love the sample chops. I love the way he's chopped the samples on this. He's sampling a lot of the stuff that whenever I make. I've
always thought of
yeah.
you with this. It's a bit of the kind of thing you would sign for your sort of garagey kind of
Todd Edwardsy type stuff. Especially that little string stab.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
bit. I'm always looking for those whenever
Yeah.
I make tracks. So I love that. I loved hearing that. I just think it's really nicely chopped. And the beats are just so much more Preemo like. So yeah, I like this one. And I'd never heard of ASAP Ferg either. But I think he's.
Do you think you might get into the whole posse now?
Yeah, maybe I might check out some of his brother ASAP Rocky when I get a chance. But I like him on this beat as well. I think he's a decent rapper. He's got good flow and he really suits the beat. So yeah, I'm pleased you chose this one, Larry. I quite like it. That said, I didn't give it any more than the 3.
Fair enough.
But I did like it more than the Prime one. Should we vote? Is there any other business, or should we just vote on this one?
Let's vote.
Yeah.
So as you say, I'll go give it 3. I prefer Our Streets to Prime, so I'm going for ASAP Ferg. Larry?
Yeah, same.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, 3-0 for ASAP
3-0.
Ferg. Well, in that case, we better give him one of these.
Back of the net.
Back in the net for ASAP Ferg. Sticks it right in the stanchion. Let's move on to our second match now. Steve, give me another one between 1 and 5.
Let's go for number 1.
Number 1, which is Crooklyn Dodgers 95, Return of the Crooklyn Dodgers.
9.
9 is Group Home, Living Proof.
Okay.
That's Crooklyn Dodgers v Group Home. Let's have a listen.
Yeah. Now clock, kids who got the cocaine. Don't tell me it's the little kids on Soul Train. The metaphor sent from my brain to my jaw. It comes from other places, not the tinted faces. Journalistic values are yellow and then of course falters. You watch Channel Zero with that bitch.
And I wanna get paid, cause bullets are sprayed and anybody is laid. More money is made and that's the family trade. See, I make moves and tell what's the truth. That's why I'm here to be living proof.
Leave it up to me while I be living proof. Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough.
Oh, what a matchup. So this is my choice, Crooklyn Dodgers against Steve's choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Steve, on this one? So let's talk about Crooklyn Dodgers. Is this one you're sort of a big fan of or not?
Yeah, I love it. Just that bell on there. It's just one of his most distinctive, best chopped bits up ever. And so this is the sequel to the original.
Yeah.
And like a different set of rappers. From the first one. I don't know if it's as good as the first one. I think the first one probably still is
like it's Q-Tip produced the first one, didn't he? It had Master Ace, Buckshot and
Special Ed.
Yeah, Special Ed. It's close, isn't it?
But I love Chub Rock on this. We just actually had the sample. I actually really like Chub Rock. He's one of those kind of like early rappers that doesn't really get like much mention. I don't know, has ever been mentioned.
Never been mentioned on this podcast. Well, he was on Back to the Grill by MC Search, where had Nas on it. I think we might have mentioned him or talked about him then. That's the only time he's ever appeared.
So he's actually a big 80s rapper. And
he is.
Has quite a few good albums. And I can't remember the name of his album. I'm listening to his 1991 album at the moment. It's really very good.
Right, yeah.
So
he doesn't get the props probably on this podcast, but he's one of those. He doesn't get the props generally, does he? He's kind of like one of those.
He's a bit of an unheralded. The only other kind of thing I know him from, because I've never checked out his old stuff, is I'm pretty sure he's on a Mr. Len track, the other producer from Company Flow, on his album that he did. Yeah, he's got a track on there, but I don't really like him as a rapper, and I don't like him on this, and it drags the track down for me. I've always been a bit put off. I mean, if anything, put him last on the track. I think I would be I'd have a more favourable opinion of it if he was last. He just sort of ruins it instantly.
He is a bit more of a wild card.
He's a bit of a sort of he
does a few things with his, like that bitch Barbara Walters. He goes a bit off the rails, but I think that's what I quite like about him. Sounds good. He's very distinctive, and I think he kills it on this one. But I can see what you mean. The way he delivers certain stuff. Maybe don't put him first. I think he's just one of those rappers. He's a bit of a sort of Marmite kind of rapper, I think. Maybe.
In terms of the production, it's really hard, isn't it, to distinguish between a lot of the tracks we're going to hear today, because they all follow the very similar formula. Yeah. But this is a really distinctive, memorable production.
100%. Yeah. For me, I mean, this is in the holy trinity of Preemo beats.
Oh, really?
This is really in the top three. It's this D&D Project 1 2 Pass It. And KRS-One's MCs Act Like They Don't Know. That's the three. They absolutely epitomise Preemo's production for me. I know you boys might put a Jeru or something in there, but for me that really encapsulates his sound from this period, and I love it because it's got all the hallmarks in there. It's got the bell sound like you talked about, which is just insane.
It is. How does he get away with it?
I don't know. It's got an off-kilter jazz sample, which he's really specialised in this point. And if you actually listen to the source sample itself, it's actually
just
not
a loop, isn't it?
Well, it is, but he's done something with it, and like you wouldn't listen to it and think, well, I could take that bit, but because he's such a genius, he heard it and chopped it and put it in there. Right. But what I love the most is that it's the best example of the Preemo bounce in the drums. It just bounces, and it's so good, and the snare drum is so crisp. I just think this is such a great production, and it's everything that Preemo does best for me. So
would you two put this above the original version?
I personally would, but as much as I love Crooklyn, the first one.
I don't think you can listen to this one without you have to do the comparisons.
That's what I have to do, because
it is a sequel. And I love, like, it's one of my favourite beats, like that Q-tip one. It's just such a sort of exciting beat to me.
It's a good beat.
And he's another genius producer.
I much prefer the rappers on the first one, and they seem to they seem to keep it a bit more on theme as well. Like in the first. Like the first Crooklyn Dodgers, it's a bit more sort of Brooklyn centric, whereas this, it's like the Chubb Rock verse that seems to sort of not really adhere to
he's got a bee in his bonnet, isn't he? He goes off the rails on various topics. But yeah, I mean,
I really love. I think the OC verse is really good. Jeru's is fine, but I don't think it really holds a candle to the first.
No, I think in terms of lyricism, I think maybe the first one wins.
But what I do love on this, actually, and it goes back to sort of Premier and his kind of ability to find little vocal snatches, is that he borrows stuff from the first,
like the Bucktown, the Smith and Wesson.
Exactly. So it's just a really nice nod to the first
one,
and the beat itself, I've got no beef at all. It's really good.
Yeah, the OC verse is really good. Jeru's great on it as well. I should just also mention this one came from the film soundtrack to the film Clockers, the Spike Lee film. Yeah. So a big, massive fan of that film. I absolutely love it, and this was featured quite prominently in it. So
I don't think I've seen it.
Really good. So, well, that's that one. So the other one was
Living
Proof by Group Home. This is your choice, Steve.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Group Home quite a lot on this podcast, and we've sort of their pros and the cons. So let's just sort of recap on some of those things. Interesting.
So I'm not the biggest Group Home fan, but this beat is definitely in my top 3 DJ Premier beats all time.
And we're just talking about the beats in this one. We're not going to.
Well, I would say anybody could sound good on this beat. I don't think it really matters who's rapping on this, because the beat is just so hard. I think this is the hardest Preemo beat there is. It just like knocks you sideways. Like you two can probably talk to how he produces it that kind of gives that effect. But yeah, I think so. You got Little Dap.
Yeah.
And Malachi the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think I discovered recently he's called that because he was a boxer, so I think he must have just gone
Right,
like,
okay.
knocking people out basically.
Yeah. The Shakespeare and Chaucer of the hip hop world.
So yeah, I don't have anything else to say really because it follows a similar formula, but it's just the beat is just much harder I think, than anything else Preemo produces.
It is a hard
That's a
beat.
great
Some
beat.
nice drums.
As soon as it comes in, the head nods and it's brilliant.
Snaps
Really
your
good.
neck off. It's mental.
It is one of the quintessential Preemo beats, I think. This whole album's pretty much a showcase for his, his sort
I
of
think
power.
this is the high watermark for me.
Yeah.
Premier Productions, and I love the whole album, and I unironically like the rappers, but I think this is probably like one of my least favorite tracks on the album, and I think because they're not good enough for it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of on the rest of the album, because the beats are so strong, I think it, like what you said, Steve, just now about anyone would sound good on it. I think that's true for a lot of the tracks on this album, but I think this one, you need someone like a Jeru or a Biggie or a KRS, someone who just needs a basic beat to let their voice shine.
Can you imagine them on this? On some of the beats on this album?
Yeah.
Biggie or Jeru, just absolutely incredible.
How does he choose who he kind of produces for? Because he's produced for so many different artists. Like when does he decide?
There's a bit of a story behind the group Home kind of connection, isn't there?
I know this one.
so.
It's to do with the judge, wasn't it?
It was some. Yeah, like they were basic. I think they were sort of like just local kids, like kind of around the Gang Starr sort of foundation type people
in the headquarters.
In the headquarters, kind of, or what was it? Or the D&D as it used to be then.
Yeah.
I think they were just kind of young kind of kids who were sort of in trouble with the law.
That's right. Yeah.
And they had to kind of. I think it was either. Like the judge, there was like a judge on one occasion. So they either have to find something to do with their lives, or he'll just put them away. And somehow, Premier just took them under his wing and was able.
The judge told Preemo, if you don't produce that, get these two to rap on it, they'd go into prison.
Yeah,
it's mental. Really.
Yeah, it's a mental story, but a great story. But that does not excuse them for being truly dreadful rappers.
As I say, I unironically love.
Yeah, they've got a charm, and I love this album as much as the next
one. You like them more than I do.
Yeah, I know, but they are awful. Like Malachi on this one is like truly terrible. There's a bit where he goes, as you start to cluck and jerk, and it's just the way he pauses in the thing to the point where they have to put delay on his voice to fill in the gaps. It's just like it's just terrible. And also he puts words in places you don't expect them to, like a good rapper wouldn't do. Like he just doesn't quite get the cadence right.
There was an episode of what's that podcast that Alaska does?
Oh, the Call Out Culture.
Call Out Culture. They did an episode about it, and they were saying exactly that they're kind of like bad freestyle rappers.
Yeah.
And they'll just end a thing like I sacrifice my lifestyle. That would be like that's the chorus or something. Yeah.
It's almost like they realise they've got to come up with something, and they just don't quite hit it.
Just to defend myself, this is chosen purely on the beat.
Yeah,
100%.
I think beat wise, it's great.
Just nod your head to it and just.
I don't think we could have had a DJ Premier shootout without having one group Home track on it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Absolutely not. Right, well, let's get to the voting then. I think it comes as no surprise that I'm going to vote for Crooklyn Dodgers because it was my choice and it's the better track, I think. Steve?
I'll go for the group Home Living Proof track just because it is just one of the hardest beats in hip hop.
Okay, so you've got the deciding vote?
Yeah, I'm going for Crooklyn.
Okay.
It's just a better beat, isn't it? And better rappers on it.
Fair enough. So that's a win for Crooklyn Dodgers 95. I gave it 5 out of 5 actually, and it's not the only one I gave 5 out of 5 to on this. So
wow,
he gets one of these.
Back of the net.
It's not my favourite actor, by the way.
What?
The Office.
Right, let's take a break from the shootout just for a moment for part 1 of our quiz.
Here we go.
So, who wants to go first?
Don't mind.
Right, Steve. Steve, you go first. You've got 5 categories, okay?
Yeah.
Here are the categories.
Oh, wow.
Spin it back. I know that sample.
Oh.
That's bang out of order.
Bang out of order. Oh. Skip hop or whose line is it anyway? What do you want to go for?
Wow. Okay. I think I should avoid the sample ones because I think your knowledge of those is going to be better.
I don't know. But go on.
I kind of like the idea of the what's the reverse it one?
Spin it back.
Spin it back.
Okay, so what this category is, I'm going to play you a clip of a Preemo production backwards. You've got to tell me what track it is, okay?
Jeez.
Headphones on. Here we go. Steve.
It sounds like Nas.
Okay.
Is it? It was written. Was that a Preemo production?
Go on. That was the name of the album. Name of an album.
Give Me Power.
Going to give you that one. It's called I Gave You Power. From the
close.
album it was written. I should have had a clip of what it should have sounded like, but never mind. You know what it sounds like out there.
I think I only got that because I could recognise Nas.
Yeah.
I
was really
had
hard.
it. I have to say I got it.
Larry got that one.
It
Do you want one?
Sounded a bit RZA-ish.
Yeah?
Like
Especially-
playback.
Yes, it did.
Do you want one?
Yeah, go on.
All right, so you've got the categories. Do you want me to read them again, or
I'll have the third one. What's the third?
bang out of order?
Okay.
That's bang out of order.
Right, I'm going to give you 4 jumbled up tracks from Jeru's The Sun Rises in the East, produced by DJ Premier.
Okay.
You got to put them in the order they appear on the album.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
All right. So the 4 tracks are My Mind Spray, The Bitches, Jungle Music, and The Original. Put those in the right order.
The original comes first.
Correct.
Do you know what working memory is? Because
That's not one of the
mine's
tracks.
bad. And
That's
I've
not one of the
forgotten what the
tracks.
3 are.
Right, okay,
my mind spray comes pretty late. Maybe it's actually the last one. My mind spray.
Is it The Bitches next?
You want to just
So it would be the original, the bitches, jungle music, my mind spray, or the other way round.
Other way around. It was the original, The Bitches, My Mind Spray, Jungle Music. Valiant effort though.
Good question.
Great question, great answer. More of that later. So we're going to move on now to our next shootout, our next match, which is going to be a number between 1 and 5. Steve, hit me.
I think this might be the most effort you've ever put into a podcast.
I think it might just be. Go on.
This is all for Preemo. Number 3, please.
Number 3, that's Invasion by Jeru the Damager. Larry, between 6 and 10.
7.
7 is Unbelievable. So that's Jeru versus the Notorious B.I.G. Here we go.
Police all on my dick like I shot somebody cause of these big ass lips and I rock my locks naughty. Life is getting hectic, Tupac got shot in the nuts. You saw cops was corrupt when Rodney King got fucked up. With friends like these who needs enemies constantly.
Thought he was whack, oh come now. Why y'all so dumb now? Hunt me or be hunted. I got 357 ways to simmer saute. I'm the winner all day. Lights get dimmer down Biggie's hallway. My forte causes Caucasians to say he sounds demented.
Okay, an unbelievable match there between Jeru and the Notorious B.I.G. Larry, no, Invasion was my choice. Sorry, I thought it was yours. I know we both like this one.
It would have been sort of on my shortlist, definitely.
Yeah, so let's start with you then, because I know how much you like it. What are your thoughts on this one overall?
Oh, I just love it.
Yeah.
I think that this is kind of... I mentioned this already about how I'm sure he must have just come up with the Invasion scratch first and then just built the track around that. And I've also said this already, but just the way he kind of EQs things, and this is just an exciting, hard-hitting track. And I know that you would say the same thing about it's all about like the way it comes in at the beginning is just magic, and the fact that it's got those sort of offbeat like snares on there as well, like the little snare fills.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it kind of hits it twice and stuff. Yeah.
It's just incredible.
He does like some nice intros sometimes, doesn't he, Preemo? I think he puts some effort into them.
Yeah, I do like the way a lot of his tracks come in. He's got a very, but this one is particularly good. Like you say, Larry, it just comes in with that sort of the sample, then it comes in with that drum fill. That's what I like the most about this. What I always like the most about this track, the way it comes in.
Yeah,
it's just such a great way to start a track, and then he comes straight in with the verse as well.
Yeah.
It's not like he does the chorus first.
Yeah,
or anything.
and it's like I think it's up there with Jeru's best.
Yeah, I think so.
Like work, isn't it?
It is, and I had it on the New Jersey Drive soundtrack originally.
Yeah.
Not on Wrath of the Math. And on Spotify, I noticed that it's been added to Wrath of the Math. I'm not sure if it was always on there.
Yeah, and it's got like a little skit at the beginning.
And it's got a skit at the beginning, and I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I've never heard it before. I don't like it because I like the way it just comes in.
Yeah, exactly. It ruins a good intro, doesn't it?
It does. You have to kind of wait to get to that bit. But yeah, this is peak Premier, peak Jeru. Absolutely love it, and it's another in a long line of songs about how the system keeps the black man down, which we're big fans of in this
we are.
podcast. Rallying against the man. So yeah, an absolute gem of a track, Steve.
I don't like it as much as you two do. I can't disagree with anything you said. I don't not like it. It just isn't. It's not one of those hard enough tracks for me. I mean, it's certainly like in juxtaposition to Unbelievable, which I obviously picked.
Oh, shout out to the whistle on it as well.
Yeah.
I love that whistle. That's from Earth, Wind and Fire, isn't it?
Is
or
it?
Cool and the Gang. Well, no, it's either Cool and the Gang or Earth, Wind and Fire, where it's like a band like that.
Yeah. But it fits the template of Preemo picking a effect. And
it fits into like the way it's mixed in. Just it's absolutely. It sounds like it's part of the main sample, but it's not.
And the scratching of one word, invasion.
That's Nas, isn't it?
Yeah. That's Nas,
yeah.
From Ain't Hard to Tell.
Yeah.
But the way he manipulates it is just insane. Sorry, Steve, we
No,
interrupted.
it's fine because I think like you said, the way he manipulates stuff is just incredible. And what's the other chopped up? It's like a piano or a keyboard that just the main
bit. It's actually like he does something pretty cool with that. Actually, I've checked out like all of the samples as I was going through this morning. I was checking all of the samples out, and it's quite. It's the main thing is just more of a sustained like duh, but he just like keeps hitting it.
He's hitting the pads.
It's just
Genius
so good.
level again.
So good.
It's such a great track. Love it so much. So let's move over to Unbelievable then, Steve. So this was your choice. Again, one of those that pretty much I expected it to be on the list. I expected it to be on your list.
Yeah.
So why have you included it?
It's one of my favourite tracks ever. As you know, I kind of keep a list of my favourite ones ever. It's number 15 if you really wanted to know, which is pretty.
What in your all-time?
My all-time list of favourite tracks. This is 50.
Wow.
That's pretty high up for me. Yeah. It's the highest ranking DJ Premier track I think on my list. Actually, I don't know if Massive Appeal's probably higher. But it's amazing for two reasons. It's amazing because the production is just such what I call like sinister boom bap. It's that really underground, gritty boom bap, which just incredible chops, and then it's got Notorious B.I.G. on it, and it appears at the end of Ready to Die, isn't it? Towards the end of Ready to Die, and it just finishes off that album, I think. Just drawing it to a close.
It's a penultimate track, isn't it?
So it has like a position in my brain as well of when I listen to Ready to Die as just being iconic for that reason. So many happy memories of listening to that album and this track. It's just brilliant. I think it's just amazing sinister boom bap in my opinion.
And Premier had to be like cajoled into doing it.
Did he?
As well? Yeah.
What?
Like
Preemo?
Yeah. I think like Biggie just wanted like a street banger, and he wanted Premier on there because he was like obviously like the hottest kind of producer around at the time. But Premier was just too busy with other stuff and was just like, I'll just do on the next album, I'll give you something. And Biggie basically said like, if you like, I just want a beat on there from you. I don't care if it uses like Impeach the President, because that's such a obvious Route 1 thing to sample. Just says, do an Impeach the President beat. Like, I just want you kind of to do a track. So he threw something together, like, from what I can gather, pretty quickly.
It sounds like it as well.
Yeah.
No, don't you dare! Don't you dare say that.
And interestingly, like the main sort of like pitched up and down stab that he uses like is an unknown, is of unknown origin. As at least it was. I didn't sort of do a deep dive on it, but it's not listed on who sampled. And all I could find was like an article speculating about that it, like some people think it might be from Patrice Rushen, Remind Me, like from somewhere, like a kind of stabbed like a Rhodes note from in there or something, just manipulated up and down. But that's sort of like the best guess.
That's brilliant.
There's still some mystery in the world of hip hop sampling, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I reckon there's loads of that stuff that he's had to do, because otherwise he's going to get just he's going to spend so much money on royalties to other artists. I think he just tries to go obscure as he can sometimes.
Just one note
Just
sample,
get away with
pitching it up and down. It's the easiest way to kind of get away with sampling something, I think.
And
similar on 10 Crack Commandments, where he uses that one sound, which is a Les McCann sample. I don't know that one. And he just moves it around a bit. It's just one hit.
You can do it so badly as well. Like there was a kind of there's quite an obscure People Under the Stairs CD called American Men Volume 1. I don't know if you got that, Steve, but it's got a track on it where they're sort of making fun of like the backpack rap of the time, and it's just got this really stupid stabbed on an MPC beat kind of like this, and it's exactly the kind of thing that I used to, when I first got my MPC, you just do these really basic stupid kind of stab things like with pitch, but Premiere once again does it and actually makes it sound like really great, like in my opinion anyway. But I think like Biggie is obviously the real star of this.
I'd go along with that. Like Biggie absolutely kills it on this, and that's the whole reason why this track is revered and why it's it's legendary. It's on a legendary album as well, so it kind of gets.
I wonder if there's ever been anyone as on at his peak as Biggie Smalls, like in his early career, like on the first album.
Probably not.
He's so like his voice is just so. He was just gifted. That was a gift from God, that voice.
Nas is the only one who really.
The only one that is Nas that comes close, and he's so precise as well. Like it sounds like he's quantized to the beat. He's just so on point.
He's immaculate.
He's absolutely
on this,
immaculate.
I mean, I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of this album in general, but on this album, you cannot argue with his presence.
Sticks to the beat like glue.
Yeah, he's so good on this album. My issue with this track is the production, in that what you've said actually puts it in some context for me, because I wasn't aware of that. But for me, it's such a simple production. The beat is so productive. He's chopped up Impeach the President without a single note, which he's pitching up and down. And I always found this beat too simple. And I know that's really rich saying that, because I know how hard it would be to make it sound like this, and I couldn't do it. But it always grabbed me as being like a very simple sounding beat for somebody of the caliber of Preemo.
Yeah, I definitely get. I get the criticism, definitely.
Yeah, but it's about Biggie's rhyming, and that's why it has the status it has. And I think with anyone else, maybe not anyone else, but I think with most people, this track maybe would have been forgotten. It's kind of like a nothing, because it's on a legendary album, because Preemo's such a legend, and because Biggie kills it. It stood the test of time.
This is what I was saying earlier about like the Living Proof one, like the rapping on that isn't good enough for it. That's why you need like a Biggie on a beat like this.
Exactly.
I will say I like the beat more than you do.
Right.
Maybe not as much as you do.
I don't want to incur the wrath of your daughter for saying I always disagree with you, because I do think it's a good track.
Well, we often oppose on our opinions of them, but I think it's an earworm. I think the simplicity just gets in your ear and it sticks there. And again, we're talking about somebody who has just the best ear in hip hop.
But I just think Preemo's capable of so much more. Which he went on to prove on the second album with 10 Crack Commandments Kicking the Door. Yeah. Where those are top tier Preemo beats. And that is the perfect marriage of those two, MC and beat. But this was like a warm up to it. And I don't,
I can't agree with that.
Do you not think though that actually it's quite a good little musical phrase that he comes up with, given the fact that it is just one based on one note? If he'd come up with that on a guitar or a keyboard, that's actually quite a good little riff.
Yeah, and imagine if he did that quickly as well. He's like, I've just got to do this.
Makes it sit a bit better with me that he's made it quickly. But the other thing we haven't talked about is the R. Kelly sample, Steve. I know you're still a big fan of R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But the R. Kelly sample, quite good that he's managed to pick out that one phrase. I do quite like that.
Yeah.
A little bit out of tune, but we'll overlook that. I think that's really clever. So let's give some props to that. But this isn't one of my favourite Preemo beats, but I understand why it's here.
Yeah,
I understand why you like it.
So it's definitely in my taste.
I'm with you, Steve. I like it.
I'm voting for Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's one for Unbelievable, Larry.
What was the other track again?
Invasion.
You've got a hard choice here, Larry.
Oh my word.
We know which way Danny's going to go, so why don't you do your vote first, Danny?
Me, yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to go for Invasion. I gave it 4 out of 5. Love it. It's one of my favourite Jeru tracks, one of my favourite DJ Premier tracks. So
we know which way this normally goes, Larry.
Well, I'll tell you this: I've given Unbelievable 4.5.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is higher than
that is unbelievable.
Which is higher than I anticipated that I would score it.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic.
But I've scored Invasion 5, so I've got to go with that.
Oh no!
That's it. Gets a round of applause. Should we just see what Guy Goma thinks of that?
I'm very surprised to see this verdict because I was not expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting that either, Guy Goma. Really, that was quite a big win. No, I kind of was because I knew that Larry loves Invasion, so a worthy winner.
Can't we get like Mark Clattenburg or someone to just review that decision?
Well, let's just give Jeru one of these.
Back of the net.
And see what Mark Clattenburg has to contribute.
Contenders ready.
Yeah, he's not paying attention. Okay, right, let's go on. Oh no, let's have another quiz. I've got more quiz questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So the remaining categories are I Know That Sample, Skip Hop, or Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Can I have Whose Line Is It Anyway, please?
Whose Line Is It Anyway? You're going to like this one. You've got to guess the DJ Premier produced song from these lyrics, which I'm going to play you now through your headphone device. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
The closest of friends when we first started, but grew apart as the money grew and soon grew black-hearted. Thinking back when we first learned to use rubbers. He never learned, so in turn I'm kidnapping his baby's mother.
Okay, so what DJ Premier produced track is that?
Do you want it again? I actually can't concentrate because that's just blown my mind. I know the track as well, but I need to concentrate.
That was your brother read that out for us, Steve, by the way, yeah. Do you want it again?
Yeah, got to concentrate this time.
The closest of friends when we first started, but grew apart as the money grew and soon grew black-hearted. Thinking back when we first learned to use rubbers. He never learned, so in turn I'm kidnapping his baby's mother.
Right, I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
It's not coming to me. I know it.
4.
3. Is it
2.
MC Zatler? I don't know.
It sounds like a Biggie lyric.
It does. I don't
maybe like the rubbers.
I was going for the KRS-One.
What's your final answer? KRS-One, MC Zatler, no.
Is it KRS-One?
No, I'm afraid. No, it was Jay-Z, The Evils, from the Reasonable Doubt album. Right, Larry, you've got Skip Hop or I Know That Sample.
Let's go for I Know That Sample.
Okay, I Know That Sample. Okay, right, I'm going to play you a clip of a song that Preemo sampled. You've got to name the track he sampled it for. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, good question.
Here we go. Got it?
Yeah.
What is the answer?
Well, is it Ain't the Devil Happy?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's Ain't the Devil Happy, and it is.
What a great sample.
Yeah, it's Lee Oscar, R Road. R Road by Lee Oscar. Never heard it before.
No.
And it sounds a bit like this. The intro to this.
All right.
It's like, I think he's like a South African kind of jazz musician. Yeah, I mean, it's been sampled a few times actually. But yeah.
Cool. Good fun.
Anyway, well done, Larry. You got a point there. Right, we've got one more left, and you have to fight among yourselves to decide who does the fifth one.
We'll do it
well, should we do it together and see who gets the answer first?
We'll do it later. Let's go on with the next match now. So let's have another
number 4, please.
Number 4, which is another Jeru track, Mental Stamina.
Have we had 10 yet?
No, OC, My World. So it's Jeru again versus OC's My World. Here we go. Let's have a listen.
In 309 like nitroglycerin. I bust as Alpha Rock Crush. Class with us and meet Cerebus.
Ready, ridiculous ravatry as I commence. I whirlwind through cities, breaking down substances, combining matter. Test my hand skills and backbone splatter.
From coffin, blowing smoke out. Architect, rap technician. Man, listen, it's no doubt you're gonna pump this in your system. My skills ill, and all of that above. Confidence, I'm not worried about a street buzz. I'm OC. Who you? I never heard of you. Get out my face before I turn into a motherfucker.
Right, so Larry, Mental Stamina was your choice. Great choice as well.
Oh, that's good.
Go on, talk us through it.
Do you know where the drums are from on this?
I don't know.
Apparently, according to who sampled, and that's normally a pretty good, accurate thing, it's from Billie Jean.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because they are
can
heavy.
hear it, yeah.
They are heavy drums.
Yeah, the snare, you can tell. Yeah.
And he's just obviously, just EQ'd it and compressed it just right, slowed down a little bit. But I think that's one of the best things about the track is the drums, just a classic. And he is, by the way, if nothing else, he is the best drum man in hip hop.
Yeah.
The best producer of drums. He programs them the best. He's got the best selection, the best sample selection, of things that other people don't use.
Must be. I think you're right.
He just processes them perfectly. That's his kind of main legacy for me. He's just got the best drums ever.
Yeah.
Diller's probably has a different, I don't know.
He's very influential as well with his drums in a different way.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But because of his sort of groove. But yeah, Premier, in terms of just pure raw hardcore hip hop, no one comes anywhere close to him.
I would agree with that as well.
And I think actually, one of my favourites, which we mentioned it earlier somehow, is the original.
Yeah,
the drums on that are just.
They're so good.
Absolutely
they just roll,
magnificent.
Don't they?
And I know we weren't able to choose it today, but what's that? There's a Gang Starr track where it's 3 different beats.
Who's the
oh yeah.
Who's the man? No. It's off Hard to Earn.
Yeah, it's got Guru, Jeru.
I'm the man.
That's it.
Is it I'm the Man?
No, that's on Daily Operation.
Okay, it's got Guru, maybe Malachi the Nutcracker, and Jeru, and each one's got a different beat, and they are all just hard as hell.
The last one's the best.
Yeah,
it is I'm the Man, isn't it?
Well, no, that's the one that's on Daily Operation, I think, isn't it? Am I wrong?
We need to pause.
Anyway, we're straight. Sorry, my fault. We're straying.
No, it's all good. This is live
analysis,
live research.
It is. Still can't find it.
I don't have it on my
Speak Your Clout.
Speak Your Clout. That's the one. That's it.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but back to this one. I love how simple it is, and I am known for sometimes moaning about sort of these really simplistic 1-bar loops, but Premier has some ones that do bore me a little bit. I've never kind of quite got on with the mass appeal one, even though I know sort of it's really kind of well loved. I don't know, just.
And that's a very similar beat to Living Proof as well, I think.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
But for this one, it's just really simple. But when he gets it right and you like it, you can just listen to it endlessly without getting bored.
I don't understand how this doesn't get annoying, but it doesn't.
No.
It should be really.
This is one of those ones where he's accessing that secret setting on his SP with the secret swing.
I actually think you've undersold this track, Larry. I think it's I know you chose it, but it was. To me, this is just absolutely incredible. This track, it's so.
It's the sample on it is. It's just so.
The beat moves. It just moves along. But it wouldn't be anything.
Such a bounce.
It wouldn't be anything without Jeru and
just
Afu Ra, who's
great.
featured on this track. On this track, just absolutely killing it. And it's not just their delivery, which is impeccable, but it's also their choice of words and the intelligent, sort of almost scientifical kind of words they use. Yeah. It's just everything about it is just so precision engineered to be so dope. And you can't you nod your head instantly.
Yeah, it's a little bit of it's very relentless. There's no chorus, there's no scratched chorus, which is a departure for Premier.
It's just clear through, and all you get is a little break when it goes. And it's and it's unusually short. It's 2 minutes 41 or something.
And I love the intro as well.
Yeah.
I always love a kind of the artifice of being in the studio and laying down a track there and then. Yeah. It's got that sympty noise in the back, which I know is an obscure thing to anyone listening, but back in the old days when you were recording vocals to reel, you had this weird, this sympty sound that synced it up in the background somehow. And it's been Method Man like samples it on one of like RZA samples it on one of these tracks as well. But I just love it, like that idea of like we've got one bit of tape left.
Yeah, let's do
We've
this.
got to lay it down now, otherwise I don't know. Like they're going to lose the tape. I don't know.
I do like
After
a bit.
There's no turning back.
There were probably plenty of chances to do it again, probably, but they wanted to. But it's like Dr. Dre, with the track where he claims somebody forgot their drums or something.
Yeah.
Bit of studio artifice, love it. But yeah, no, I think it's an absolutely breathtaking track. I think it's probably the best track on Sunrises in the East. And that's
I think so. Yeah.
Saying something.
I think you two are definitely on the page for me here.
I just think it's
definitely one of my favourites.
I think this is a good track, but it's not as great as you're saying.
But do you not find like the tag team rhyming, the intelligent wordplay? I thought this would have been right up your street. I thought you'd been right on board with it.
Yeah, I love Jeru. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I think Afra doesn't do it for me as much as he does for you two. And I think going back to what I said a minute ago, I think that sample should annoy me, but it doesn't. But then it doesn't get in my ear and make me want to keep coming back to this track. So I definitely don't think this is an outstanding track. It's just a good track.
I think it's
Danny's finger is lingering on the soundboard here to give me.
That's bang out of order.
In fact, Harry Redknapp wants to weigh in.
Yeah, obviously, it's a big disappointment. Absolute load of nonsense.
I just get bullied on this for having an opposing opinion.
No, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, so is that both of them, or we got another one to do?
No, we've got to do In My World.
I've got to do My World. Yes, this is one of our kind of. All of us chose this one. We kind of horse traded this one.
Yeah, we didn't have a definitive, did we, to kind of fill the gaps here, because a lot of the tracks were cup tied.
Yeah, so we come up with 9, and then we had to come up with a 10th, and we did a kind of a ranking of the ones we had left. And this is the kind of, me and Larry were very keen to get this one in. And I know I don't think you were too keen on it, were you, Steve? But
I wasn't. It's not one of my favourites, but I was quite happy to have it in because it's a track I like, and I like OC. I think he's a really good rapper, and it's just quite a good album. This is from a 1997 album, so it's end of the golden age, end of what your tolerance is for hip hop.
So this is one of the last albums I bought on CD, hip hop albums.
I can't work out what the chop sample is on here. Is it just like a flute or whatever what it is? I don't know.
But it's lovely though. It's really dark and moody.
Lovely,
I love that whistle sound on there.
It's actually a slowed down Barry White. It's Barry White sample.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is just the beauty of hip hop is just being able to. It's simple, but just recontextualizing little bits of music, and like some of the best tracks ever are just ones where it's just either slowed down or pitched up just by a couple of semitones. It just completely changes the feel of it, and Premier is like just the master at doing it.
Yeah, it's so good. And also OC, I'll make big shouts out to OC because he is just...
legend.
He's a legend, but I think he's the rapper's rapper. I think he's one of those, he doesn't get the kind of the flowers on the wider mainstream than he should, but the rappers know.
Yeah.
People in the heads know that he's one of the great
this
rappers.
Is the rapper that did Time's Up, which is one of the best verses of hip hop of all time.
Exactly. I think he's one of hip hop's most underrated MCs.
Yeah.
And in this one, there's a really cool Ron Jeremy reference. I don't know if you picked that up.
Yeah.
A little porn reference there for
is it?
For you, Steve.
Can you explain it to me, please?
I didn't understand it myself. I don't even know who Ron Jeremy is. But anyway, so yeah, I think all in all, a very good track, worth being on this list. And from a really, really good album that's got some other really good Preemo beats on it as well. Should we vote?
Yeah, let's vote.
Okay. Steve, why don't you go first?
It's Mental Stamina for me.
Even though you're not a big...
I'm just not waxing lyrical. I refuse to wax lyrical like you two did on it, because it isn't... I don't think it's not top level Premier in my book.
Fair enough. Larry?
I think I am going to go for Mental Stamina, but I think OC's the better rapper than Jeru, probably, and I prefer the rapping on My World. Not to say that I don't like Mental Stamina, but I just love the beat so much of Mental Stamina.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for that.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Mental Stamina as well.
Had to, really?
Because I had to. Yeah, I've given it 5 out of 5. I absolutely love it. I gave My World 4, but I just think Mental Stamina is just that bit more exciting of a hip hop track. So
3-0 win. Second 3-0 win.
3-0 win. Another one. So it gets one of these.
Back of the net.
And we're going to move on now to our next match.
It must be number 2 against number 8.
Number 2 against number 8, which is KRS-One's Rappers Are in Danger against New York State of Mind by Nas, Battle of the New York MCs. Let's have a listen.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Blastmaster Chris, I don't talk itch. Expand your consciousness and dismiss foolishness. No one is new to this or new to Chris. In hip hop's atomic structure, I am the nucleus. That is the center of the group. We
just max and facts, same niggas that catch you back to back, snatching your cracks in black. Yo, is a snitch on the block, getting niggas knocked. So hold your stash till the coke price drop. I know this crackhead who says she gotta smoke nice rock, and if it's good, you bring your customers and measuring plots. But yo.
Yay, KRS versus Nas, two legends of the hip hop game. Steve, KRS-One, I know you're a massive fan. We did a whole shootout based around him in our last episode. Is this one that's on your radar? Rappers Are in Danger?
I didn't choose this one.
No, I know, but I chose it. But I chose it.
It's not one of my favourite KRS-One tracks. But my observation on this was I just love for Preemo to have done more with KRS, because I actually think they fit really nicely.
Yeah,
and we've talked about how much you two hate Gang Starr and Guru, but maybe Preemo and KRS-One would have been a better matchup for a group. But yeah, I mean, KRS always sounds good, so I've got no kind of problems there. And then the production, it's got that, you were saying about sound effects actually at the beginning, and I put on my notes like a weird bubbly sample to this, so I don't know.
I think that's from Doctor Who.
Oh, is it?
It's like a like Radiophonic Workshop. I think so.
Yeah, he likes those sort of sound effects.
He's definitely used a Doctor Who one on one of these tracks that we've listened to today, and I think it's this one.
And that's classic Preemo using a sound like that on the verses, isn't it?
Yeah, and that chopped up that little noise that goes up and down is just so simplistic again, but it just works. It's just, again, I think contrary to Mental Stamina, this is one that does get in your ear for me. It just sticks there, and I think that's. He is, I keep saying, it's so formulaic, but it just works.
Just works. Yeah, that's the thing about this track. That's why I chose it. Is that the way it comes in that the horn sample in the chorus. I just love that. I absolutely love that. I'm hearing that, and it's just it comes in and it grabs you straight away. Yeah. And then chopping up the OC Rappers Are in Danger sample from Time's Up. Yeah. That whole thing just works. It kind of drops off a bit on the verses with that sound effect and the kind of the little plinky plonk sample he drops in.
Plinky plonk.
But I still like that, and I just think, like you said, Steve, KRS-One sounds absolutely incredible on DJ Premier Beats. Like he did it on Return of the Boom Bap. Yep. MC Zackler, They Don't Know, and this one as well. I just think he just sounds so much more alive and energised when he's on a Preemo beat. And some of the problems I have with some of his other tracks, certainly in the early stuff, the BDP stuff we talked about, a lot of it's quite pedestrian to me. But when he jumps on a Preemo beat, it just comes alive. There's something about it.
KRS, he likes to produce a lot of his own stuff, which maybe is his downfall. Yeah, he should kind of he should have let the.
I think KRS-One, he really shines on sort of on aggressive, like quite up tempo beats.
Boom bap. Boom bap.
If
you think about boom bap, he's probably I probably think about KRS-One before I think about Preemo, but it probably should be the other way around.
Yeah.
They are a match made in heaven.
So anyway, just absolutely adore this track. Larry, thoughts on it?
I've got to say, ashamedly, I must have heard it before, but I certainly wasn't really aware of it before, listening to it for this. I know of it.
Yes, it's one of those you'll know of it. And it was a single, and it's on that Essential KRS-One compilation thing. I don't know, retrospective. I don't know if it's on that one.
No, it's not.
But it's on a different compilation of his. Right. It was a single, and it had a video in it.
Is it from I Got Next?
No, it's KRS-One.
KRS-One.
Oh, okay, of course, Same
album.
Is the album worth kind of... Is it a good album?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff on it.
Yeah.
Good stuff on it. There's got 2 or 3 Preemo tracks, Showbiz, people like that.
Yeah.
So it's worth checking out.
But I do really like it, just for all the reasons that kind of you two have mentioned already. Nice. Really good drums. Incredible drums, actually. Yeah. Like that really... I love that really kind of sibilant hi-hat that he uses in there. And I looked at the sample source, and it's like... It's been used since, but I think he was the first person to identify that drum loop and use it, and it's just
I looked it up as well.
Great.
And the main sample's Jaco Pastorius as well, which is pretty cool. We don't worry about sample snitching on this show, by the way.
No, even though like he doesn't like it, Premier. He's got what's that? There's a Gang Starr track. I think it's from one of the later albums where at the end of the track he's got a little spoken word bit where he rants about like sample snitching.
Really?
He does not like it.
Well,
does not like it.
It's all part of the game.
I
Isn't
get
it,
it, but
if it's out there on who sampled, you can find out. There's no difference us saying it than somebody looking it up online.
Exactly. And how can you not go looking for these samples?
Exactly, it's part of the fun. I will say though, the spelling needs work. Rappers are in danger.
Yeah,
that's not great. But
actually, I think he's got a bit of a reputation for that as well. He does seem to choose his spellings to make them a bit like New Yorkify them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's not great when you're trying to learn English.
Maybe he's dyslexic.
Maybe. If you're listening, it is KRS-One dyslexic. Do let us know. Drop us a line. All right, let's move on to our other track then. Now, I don't know how to approach this one. It's an absolutely legendary track. It's it's in the Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
From a Mount Rushmore album. One of Premier's probably one of his most celebrated productions. I'd say.
Has to be his most
New York
iconic
State of Mind.
one.
Yeah.
Surely now's his most iconic track and DJ Premier's.
I mean, my main comment is this the best opening track on an album ever, like in the realm of hip hop?
There is a very good case.
It's
for that.
It's scene setting.
That's exactly it.
It's
It paints
very
a picture of what you're about to
hear, and the music itself kind of also does that in the way that the main sample fades in at the beginning. Like it starts with the drums and that kind of sound, like the beeping kind of bit, and then the main piano sample, it's low pass filtered and it's low in the mix, and the volume increases and the filter opens up, and it just feels like it's kind of maybe like coming up from the underground.
It ushers you in.
It ushers
to the
you
album,
in.
yeah.
It's just that main loop. It's just so it's sinister, cinematic.
Yeah.
It sets up like an incredible album in
I
a
had,
very cinematic.
It's
way.
very really good words, cinematic. But also I had very winter, very cold, desolate. Paints a picture of really sort of brutal
cold, hard
New York
streets. Yeah,
the streets. Yeah. So anyway, Steve, this was your choice. So
I don't think I've got anything else to say. Yeah, it's kind of covers everything from kind of my notes.
Try.
I don't know what else to say. I don't know. The only thing I say is I consider Mass Appeal to be the number one Premier track in my list. Like, this is number 2, and then Unbelievable is number 3. That's
right. Amazing.
And I think, I don't know. I know you two don't. You definitely don't like Mass Appeal that much, but
no, I do. I'm a fan of Mass Appeal. I like it. I think it's one of the better Gang Starr.
But I think if we're being objective, all of us, this is probably number 1 in terms of what most people would think is.
Well,
DJ
as I said earlier,
track.
it's not up there in my Preemo Mount Rushmore, but I understand
it should
the gravitas and the importance it has.
Yeah.
And I understand why it is probably his most revered production. A little bit sparse for me. I like the more kind of the later kind of.
It's definitely more down my taste than yours.
But as a beat, for what it's trying to do, coupled with what Nas is doing on it, I think it's just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I just think it's absolutely incredible. It really paints a picture of kind of New York in a really cinematic way, like you said, Larry.
It's a canvas for Nas, isn't it?
But he sounds mature beyond his years on this. Like, you would not believe, how old was he? 19 or whatever it was? You would not believe he's 19. Some of the imagery and some of the sort of pictures he paints in this, it blows my mind that somebody that young,
his metaphors
can come up
phenomenal.
with that. Even imagining it, if it's not lived experience, even though he can think of those things, it's just incredible. But then express it in such a complex, memorable way. It just blows your mind. That whole album is
express it in a way that when he flows, his flow is just incredible. That's the thing. It's not just having those ideas and the vocabulary and the metaphors, but to fit them in syllably as well is just amazing.
It's incredible, and also just hearing that intro come in and the track come in just whisks me straight back to 94 and that feeling you had every time you put Illmatic on back then. So good. Okay, so I think we should vote. This is the final match. I think we've got we should get a sort of an overall winner out of this afterwards. We'll take a break and calculate all the scores and everything, but let's vote on this one.
I'm going for New York State of Mind as soon as I picked it. And it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Barry?
it has to be that, I think. I really like Rappers Are in Danger, but it's not on the same level, is it?
Is it going to get 3-0?
Gravitas.
Well, so Rappers Are in Danger was my choice, obviously.
I think it is kind of a better beat,
Rappers Are in
ultimately.
Danger?
I think so,
Yeah.
probably. Just because it's a bit more sort of up-tempo and stuff. Just completely shorn of their contexts.
Yeah.
Like, as instrumentals, I would rather listen to Rappers Are in
That's
Danger.
interesting.
Yeah.
But,
That's a really good way of putting it.
But also, I think just one thing I didn't mention about My State of Mind is that even though it's really slow, like the drums have still got that kind of Premier kind of bounce to them.
Yeah.
Like that particular timing of the swing that he's got.
It's just, it's really, really good.
So yeah, I think objectively maybe Rappers in Danger has got the better beat out of context, but you can't unpair the New York State of Mind beat from the album, from the track, from Nas, from the era. It's just, it's got to be, it'd be criminal for almost any other track to beat it, really.
Yeah, that's really well put, and I totally get that. Obviously Rappers Are in Danger was my choice, and I've given that 4, and I've given New York State of Mind 4, so they both got the same score.
You gave New York State of Mind 4.
Yeah, but
can Mark Clattenburg or something like tell you off? You're in charge of the soundboard.
Well, I've got.
How can
You're
New York
wrong,
State of Mind
and
get
you're a grotesquely
4 out of
ugly
5?
freak.
Because
is terrible.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Get-
Because The World Is Yours would get 5.
You're not comparing it to.
That's top tier for me. This one, as I said earlier, it's a bit sparse. It does not really my type of beat. I understand what it's doing. Lyrically, it's incredible.
I'm
but
just
it just
shaking
doesn't-
my head.
It's one sort of notch down from the very
I think
best.
you do this deliberately sometimes, just to
I don't.
just to wind me up.
I don't. This is not. I would not put this in any of my, best ever tracks. I wouldn't put it on. Anyway, so that's what I'm faced with, and I think about the Rappers Are in Danger beat far more than I think about New York State of Mind.
Fair enough.
But just to keep you happy, Steve, I will go for New York State of Mind, just to give it a 3-0 win, because I love you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Back of the net.
So that's a win for Nas there. So right, we'll get to that last quiz question in a minute. But what we'll do in a minute, we're going to go away, take a break, have a hot shower together, and we're going to calculate the true scores for the 5 winning tracks from those 5 matches we just talked about. And we're going to come back and we're going to reveal the ranking and which DJ Premier production was the ultimate winner. So before we do that, let's have the final quiz question. The last remaining one was skip hop. So between you got to. I'm going to read you a run of tracks from Group Home's Living Proof album, produced by DJ Premier. Which track have I skipped? And you can sort of confer on this one.
You've only skipped one.
There's one track skipped. You got to tell me which track it is.
Oh,
this is from the running order of the track.
Okay.
I'm skipping one. You got to tell me which track it is. Okay, here we
Get
go.
this together.
Baby Pa, 2000, Up Against the Wall, The Realness. Baby Pa, 2000.
I've got no idea.
I'll tell you where it is. Baby Pa, 2000, blank, Up Against the Wall, The Realness.
You have to rely on Larry for this one. I don't know the track listing well enough. Larry's digging into his...
No, I can't.
No. The correct answer was Superstar. It was Superstar.
I could have guessed that, actually.
One of our top
My favourite track, actually, on the album.
Yeah,
should have known,
great.
really.
Okay, so that was a load of bollocks. That's the end of that.
Good quizzes, though, Daniel.
Yeah,
well done.
thank you. I'll give myself a round of applause. As I said, we're going to go away now and calculate all the scores and let
Shower
you know.
first.
What?
Hot shower first.
Oh, have a hot shower and then calculate all the scores. Back in a sec.
This is Michael Jackson, and you're listening to Hip Hop World Cup, the world's baddest rap podcast.
Hi, welcome back to Hip Hop World Cup Shootout. The results are in. Steve has fed them all the numbers through our video printer machine, and he's going to reveal all the winners now. Steve, over to you.
Okay, so in 5th place with 11 points was Our Streets by ASAP Ferg. In fourth place was Return of the Brooklyn Dodgers with 12.5 points.
Okay.
In third place, Invasion. Jeru,
wow.
on 13 points. So it's really close here. So we have two tied at the top.
Joint winners. Okay, before you reveal the winner, I just need to count you in by our referee, Mark Clattenburg.
3, 2, 1.
Who's our winner?
It's Mental Stamina and New York State of Mind.
Wow, New York State of Mind, Mental Stamina. Worthy winners?
Absolutely.
I think we should split them. I think we should make you two decide which ones would be your definitive number one. Because I'd obviously, you know which one I go for.
Right, so yeah, good point actually. We should settle it, properly settle it. Which one out of those two?
I'm going for New York State of Mind, obviously.
Yeah,
you're obviously going to go for Mental Stamina because you love that.
Mental Stamina just excites me far much more than New York State of Mind does. So yeah, I would be remiss if I was. Yeah, I'd go for that. Mental Stamina for me.
Larry, the hopes of a nation are on you.
I agree with what you say, Danny, about it's a more exciting track. I'd rather sort of listen to it probably, but I can't unpair NY State of Mind from its context. It can't lose to Mental Stamina.
And I think that is probably the right result.
Yeah.
It's probably the right result. The worthy winner. So New York State of Mind by Nas gets this.
It's like when Illmatic won our 1994 episode back in the day. Did it not?
No, Resurrection won. That's why I've named our award for the most surprising result in the breakdown, which we're going to do after this.
Okay.
It was a big shock winner.
Okay.
Much to Steve's disdain.
Yeah, as usual.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Nas, New York State of Mind, is scientifically the best DJ Premier production. Before we go, we've got some urgent news just in. Larry, over to you.
2 bits actually, quite exciting. We've had a missive, we've had a communique from a friend of the show.
Wow.
Matt. Listeners to the old Westwood show might know him as Rob from Exmouth.
I haven't got that on the soundboard, unfortunately, but
okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, he's sent me a picture of a CD cover. He knew that we were doing the premiere episode today. He's actually over from Seattle, but we'd like to have get him on the podcast, but he couldn't make it today. But he has sent us a track listing from a CD, what he calls a Danny Special, which is one of your compilation CDs from back in the day. And it's a best of premiere kind of thing. So I thought it might be fun to read out the track listing, see sort of what we've got on our list
and our list of 19 cup-tied tracks as well, which
true. So it goes Rakim, It's Been a Long Time.
Yeah.
Crook and Dodgers 95. Nas, I Gave You Power. Biggie Smalls, 10 Crack Commandments.
Yeah, has to be on there.
Invasion, Jeru.
Yeah.
OC featuring Freddie Fox, MUG.
Yeah, I love that one. I'm not sure what you two do, but there you go.
The Evils.
Yeah, that had to be on there.
I've never heard this one myself. The Lady of Rage featuring Mad One of AOD, a track called Microphone Pon Cock.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's a really good one.
MCs Act Like They Don't Know.
Of course.
The Old Stars. Yeah. Superstar, Group Home. 3 The Hard Way by Bahamadia.
Yeah, that was on the sort of extended shortlist, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a good track.
Blase Blase, Danger, and I Just Say It's Fine. Unbelievable. Represent.
You had Unbelievable on there.
Yeah. Well, I think I was scraping the barrel at that point. I was trying
to... Nas, Represent.
Yes.
Show NAG, Next Level Nighttime Mix.
I love that.
Okay.
Thick by DITC.
That's a good track.
Jay-Z featuring Big Jazz and Source Money. Bang It On, I think it's called. Bring It On. Yeah. Obscured by the light there. Okay. And the last one is Kicking the Door, Notorious B.I.G.
Good. So pretty much.
That's good.
Yeah, who's who of tracks. This is Microphone Pon Cock, in case you were wondering, Larry, if you want to have a listen. I don't know if it's working, but...
Microphone Pon Cock, keep it low.
Yeah, all these niggas know the stilo, on the regular, on the floor. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty decent premiere.
And the Bahamadia track's pretty decent as well.
It be the dawning of a new era. Check the terror of the clever.
Anyways, that's Lady Rage there. Wonderful track list there. Wonderful CD. I'd be very happy if somebody gave me that back in the day.
Like you got to know what you're dealing with this as well with Danny. Like this is from back in the day, but it's a proper printed cover,
typed
out in whatever word processing package you're using.
Fairly
back in
primitive
those days.
But, okay. Also, Larry, I think you've got some other
urgent news.
All right.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, we've got a new sponsor. New sponsor, which hopefully will allow us to get the VAR license back. Trevor, he's one of these brilliant like entrepreneur businessmen that you come across locally. He was actually one of the founding members of Happy Shopper.
Oh yeah,
if you remember that. And he's seen a gap in the market for an even more no frills like discount supermarket,
right?
And that's reflected in the name, which is simply Shopper.
Okay.
And he's basically he's taken inspiration from, you know how like Lidl and Aldi, they'll sort of get in sort of like European wares to kind of, you know, sell. He's following that model, but taking it even further, scouring the globe literally for products that are like cheap and flavoursome. So few kind of things that they've got on the shelves of Shopper at the moment that you can look out for. Very popular one. It's honey, but it's North Korean wasp honey, which apparently like really hits the spot between like sour and salty, which is what you want from your honey. Real complex flavour. That's a bestseller. One that he's got coming hopefully soon is broccoli ketchup, which is an Iranian dish. And as soon as they've got like the minimum sulfur levels that the EU demands of products down to a reasonable level.
Gradually getting that level
Gradually
down.
getting the sulfur levels down, but he thinks Heinz are going to be running very scared from that, and that there'll be a bottle on every sort of breakfast table. And finally, and this is going to be a great seller, I think. You've heard the phrase separating the wheat from the chaff.
100%.
Well, Trevor is like brilliant businessman that he is. He's come up with Chaffabix, which is like a rival to Weetabix, and he's so clever. He's got Kellogg's doing the work for him basically. They are literally separating like the wheat from the chaff in their facilities,
and that's a good match for our podcast because that's what we do.
Exactly. And he's negotiated a special rate with them for that chaff, buying it in bulk when previously they were literally just burning it. So he's able to capitalize on that. So it's great for the environment, your pockets, and your taste buds. Chaffabix.
So they're our new sponsor.
New sponsor. I say sponsor. It's Shopper. Yeah, Trevor from Shopper. He's not. We haven't signed a kind of sponsorship deal as such, but he has agreed to be our first Patreon.
Okay.
And he's signed up on the £1 a month tier.
Brilliant.
But that's recurring fees, though. Remember.
So no actual money's changed hands, but he will.
Not yet, but he will be signing. He's promised to sign up to the Patreon.
On behalf of everyone here at the podcast, Trevor, thank you for being our new sponsor. Will we have to promote those specific products on every?
No. I think there'll be new products.
Like that's great news. That should keep us going for quite some time.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Larry. Great bit of news there. So, after the dust has settled, what we've scientifically established is that New York State of Mind is the best DJ Premier production. Do you agree or disagree with our winner? Let us know what you think on X, Instagram, Threads and Blue Sky. Just search @HipHopWorldCup. Give us a follow and let us know you're listening. Also, please subscribe and leave us nice 5-star reviews on Spotify, Apple or your podcast platform of choice. And don't forget to join our Patreon, as Trevor's going to at some point. Links in the description. That's it. Thanks for listening and we'll see you for our next shootout. Peace.
Aye, good looking boy. Twice.
Absolute load of nonsense.